Hey guys, just doing a quick video. Joined again by our very special guest, Jessica. She had so much fun last weekend, she decided to come back again.
Had to be back right away.
So today we decided we didn't want to do something quite as long as Rose Red, so we held off on Langoliers and Storm of the Century. But we decided to go with another fun, unique one, Stephen King's Sleepwalker. And how familiar were you with this one before we started?
Actually, not at all. I knew it existed, but I'd never seen it, so I didn't. I went into it brand new.
Brand new Stephen King adaptation for her.
Yes, new experience.
And I remember this one. This one was unique because it was literally made specifically for the big screen. It was his first screenplay directly for the big screen. That wasn't based on any previous work or anything.
Right.
And that's why there's not a book or anything to go along with it, which I always thought was kind of cool. And I remember like actually going and seeing it in the theater when it first came out. So I mean, I have those memories from way back when. So I myself am a big fan of Sleepwalkers. I think it's a fun little take on the vampire genre. What did you think about it?
It's fun. I liked the camp. I think looking back on, something that was done in 1992 versus it, obviously being quite a bit later now, it's more fun. Like, it made me chuckle more than it made me jump scare. So,
nope.
But it was fun. I really enjoyed it.
But yeah, it was a good kind of, there were some good scares, like when at the beginning when the body falls out of the closet, you're like,
right.
Ah. Oh. Which, that brings us to kind of first one I was totally surprised on. Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill.
Yes, the first cameo right out of the gate.
I actually did not even remember him being in that, but yeah, Luke Skywalker himself is in this movie, along with Tobe Hooper, Clive Barker, and John Landis, along with Stephen King, of course, has his own cameo. He has to show up in it, so I think that's cool. There's lots of cameos in it. Plus the main actors, Brian Krause and what was her name? Alice Krige, I believe was her name.
Yeah.
So they were the mother and son duo. He
overly
went on.
Affectionate.
Oh, very overly affectionate. Unless you're from maybe the South, I don't know how that works. But mother and son duo. He went on later to be Leo the White Lighter from Charmed, and she went on to be, she went on to a couple other things. She was in a Peter Straub adaptation, Ghost Story. So there's this Peter Straub Stephen King connection there. With the talisman, but then she was also the Borg Queen, so that's kind of cool. I don't know the main heroine. I don't know if I can't think of anything else I've ever seen her in. So.
I know that I've seen her, but I can't think of anything. It's nothing remarkable.
Yeah, so I mean, unfortunately, I don't think that went on. But I had mentioned that her parents in this one were played by an actual husband and wife duo in real life that they kind of worked together.
Ferris Bueller's mom and dad.
And it was actually Ferris Bueller's mom and dad in the Ferris Bueller movie, so I thought that was kind of fun.
Dad was looking a little grayer this time, though.
Little bit older. Yeah. This is true. Clovis the Attack Cat. Gotta love Clovis. He was probably one of my favorite characters in the entire movie.
Oh, clearly the best actor of the entire bunch.
And then the scene with the corn cob. One of probably the weirdest murder scenes in cinema.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone be stabbed to death with an eaten corn on the cob.
And remember, if you don't eat your vegetables, you can't have dessert.
Correct.
Just the lines like that. I mean, that's some of the camp that you were talking about.
Yeah, I loved it. They played into it very well.
And then you also made a very interesting observation that apparently Stephen King likes to really, hurt people's left hands.
I noticed that from, last week with Rose Red and Emery's fingers being closed off in the door, and then right out of the gate, the hand gets severed from the teacher. And
then he also hurts his hand.
Yeah, another police officer's fingers get hurt.
Yeah, the left-handed gets bitten off, Ron Perlman, and then she breaks his right arm, and that was actually a really kind of cool scene. She just snaps
through the
it,
skin
and you see the bone, and then she hits him in the head with his own arm.
Stop hitting yourself.
So, boom, and I mean, I love that. They actually mention, get everyone on the line, including Castle Rock, which is interesting because unlike King's usual works, this is actually set in Indiana, not Maine. So Castle Rock, Indiana. So I just thought that was cool. Gave a little bit of an Easter egg shout out there. And then you had mentioned, good catch there. She had saw in the scene in the police department, the blonde sheriff lady was Cynthia Garris, who was also in The Stand, as well as the miniseries The Shining, and who's married to Mick Garris, who is who made this one, and he does a lot of Stephen King's adaptations and things. So that was kind of cool.
His wife gets cast in smaller roles in most of
That was pretty cool.
So
he did The Stand, of course, and so that would explain why she was in that one. And I wonder he did the Tommyknockers too, probably, because we were discussing that the cat costumes in this movie were actually an original design for the Tommyknockers TV series that they had done. But they decided to go slightly different, and then they reused them for Sleepwalkers. So I bet you he probably had something to do with that. When it's probably a pretty good bet. So.
Yes, yes.
But overall, yeah, I really enjoyed Sleepwalkers. It's a fun one. If you haven't checked it out, I totally would recommend it. So.
Me too. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
So we're probably going to hopefully do some future movies in the going forward. We got a couple of options. We are looking at possibly doing Storm of the Century at some point. The Langoliers is another one. They're a bit longer. But then we also have like the original Carrie. I was also debating maybe doing a double feature, doing old Carrie and new Carrie with what is her name? Chloe Grace Moretz, is that her name?
Yes.
I believe that's who it is in it. I've got both versions of that, so pretty cool. So I hope everyone is staying safe and that you keep reading and enjoying and watching those movies. And Jessica, you have anything you want to share?
No. Take care and keep watching.
And remember, bookmarks are for quitters.
Bookmarks are for quitters.